good start on that CT side, and they definitely had good stats on the pistols. I think it was 75%, so hopefully for them that continues here.
And so it begins. CR4ZY pulling out a number of grenades on their pistol round, as you'll soon see. CR4ZY with nothing to lose, everything to gain. All the pressure has got to be with FaZe. We can see Neo still in the middle there. Diagonal keyboards. They're ready to go. Everyone focused and relaxed, and into the game we go. Hunter with some grenades towards the A bomb site. There is a stack of 3 players towards B for FaZe Clan, so the rotation is going to be long. They've got no one actually with any site or position on the A bomb site, especially with these grenades. Rain can go for a flank though. He's just standing top mid at the moment. They have no information. The rotation is still coming in for the most part, but Nico's not leaving just yet because again there's just no vision whatsoever. CR4ZY takes CT for free, and they've got 2 flashbangs for Hunter, so there are problems to be had here for FaZe Clan.
Yeah, going for the classic A retake, CT pistol phase, and it all comes down to this. And the flashbang's not coming out just yet. They've actually beaten the timing. olofmeister gets himself 3 quick headshots. Oh my god, CR4ZY, they waited too long, but they will respond with headshots of their own. Hunter going down to olofmeister with 4 kills already. Otto, the last man standing with this USP, trying to take his time, trying to line it up, but he can't find it. Nico will eliminate him, and olofmeister, oh my god, that timing from him was perfect. The execution, perfect. 4 players dead, and they win the round.
Yeah, I feel like CR4ZY made a mistake there. They were just facing the wall to gave olofmeister 3 frags. By the time the flashbang came in, everybody was dead who was holding the position. That was clearly an error from CR4ZY. I think they needed to get that deep flashbang in to push beyond the corner, because when you're going to get peeked, if you're just waiting like that, it was too late, unless something else was happening that we couldn't see off screen. But
I think they were expecting
that was a gift.
They were expecting CT flashes, I think, James, but no one was looking forwards.
Yeah, in fairness, FaZe were playing complete retake on the A bomb site, so that may have had something to do with it, but that's an early disaster for CR4ZY, and they'll feel like that's an opportunity lost. The CT's getting the pistol, and starting things off in the right way is not what you want to have, especially when they were in such a strong position to hold down the CT area. It would have been so hard for FaZe Clan to retake the A bomb site. Yeah, if they could hold. But anyway, it's all history now. CR4ZY have gone for the force buy, 3 rifles a rat. This is a huge buy for CR4ZY, all things considered.
Yeah, you love to see this. The Krieg in this second round is so strong. Rain finds Letney though. Nice investigation. Just the bomb at his feet as well. In goes the smoke. Hunter's committing for this. Grabs the smoke. Sorry, grabs the bomb in the smoke. And that will be recovered. So they may have to think of another way to approach this potentially. Rain still occupying close position, and that MP9 is extremely dangerous. Only 2 players with helmets here for CR4ZY, but there's a gap in the smoke, and Rain, you got to be careful of that, will be taken down as the legs were spotted, and Nico's now investigating. The timing not perfect for him either, and FaZe starting to suffer in this round. Let's not forget, even though CR4ZY have a bunch of rifles now, they were the ones force buying here. They lost the first round. So what did FaZe do? Do they decide to try to go for this? Guardian's got to be careful. We didn't know someone was close, and it's all falling to pieces.
Neo's on the flank, but he doesn't have the best weapon for the job. olofmeister's been spotted. Now he's got to run distraction for his teammates. He could throw some flashes towards CT or something to focus some more eyes. There's a rifle for Neo, but he can't concede his position for it. Pulling out the USP for the extra range as well. There's no helmet for Hunter, it seems, and now his position's known. He can upgrade for that rifle. He knows Esperanto's in the palace, but where are the other 2 players? It's kind of quiet at the moment. Esperanto coming out to have a look. His teammates will play off of him. The bomb is not planted for either of them, actually. olofmeister's got a kit, so there is an issue here. If they can identify where the remaining players are, olofmeister could defuse the bomb because no one's in position to defend it. He's on the bomb, he's got a kit, and the eliminations will come in from Neo as well. Important clutch for FaZe Clan.
That's awesome. I love that passage of play from FaZe there with 2 men. Obviously, a lot of this decision-making was on Neo, but he played it to perfection. He brought the USP out, as James said, didn't want to give away any sound cues. And not only that, you know, gives him some extra time if he misses the first shot to correct because of the silencer. Pulls out the Galil, knows that he has to open up olofmeister. To do so, he's got to clear Palace next. Once he's cleared Palace and olofmeister's unlocked, he flashes out so olofmeister can cross to the site. Then he covers the response from CR4ZY. Neo, perfect decision making, perfect execution, and Guardian will get tagged down to 5 HP. CR4ZY not done here. They're going for the 4x again.
I think whoever the rifler was on the ramp last round for CR4ZY didn't have a helmet. Got popped immediately by the close range of the MP9. Rain not shy. Really nice smoke. Esperanto pushing through it. Didn't even catch a person throwing the smoke, but Nico is here to trade, expecting the second player, perhaps not Nexa, to take him out. Picks up the rifle with the skin on it. Same weapon, I do believe. But maybe there's an upgrade for Letney to collect. He's got the UMP on the ramp. He could go and pick up the other Galil. Good armor penetration on the Galil. Next is the man carrying the bomb. I don't know if it was 100% seen, maybe in carrying any engagement, I'm not sure. But either way, they are heading towards the B bomb site, it seems.
Yeah, I am surprised that Nico worried about Palace because Guardian was looking towards that position. He had him covered. I wonder if that's going to bite them in the backside here, because again, as you know, as you were saying, like as you were saying, we get this rotation from Crazy now. They've really slowed things down, and as far as FaZe are concerned, FaZe don't have any information anywhere, so they could just be holding around the A ramp and looking for a late timing towards A as well.
Look at FaZe with they pushed short, they saw nothing. They ran along the bench of A and saw nothing, but they've got to read it's the B bomb site. It seems with almost 2 players. Their Guardian a little slow, but it does land a shot. 5 HP. He's got to be careful, and he's got Neo in that short position. Can they trade? Guardians have 5 HP for the longest time. Misses his shot. Now there's a chance to plant the bomb. He's got to pray that Molotov doesn't spread. Olofmeister from that market position. He's at the window already. Nexa doesn't seem to have any idea. Looking everywhere as he swung past. He didn't see Olofmeister's leg. And there'll be the trade. Expensive round for FaZe Clan, but the force buys has failed for Crazy. They could still buy again though. They've got 3,700 plus, and with 1 player surviving, I wouldn't blame them if they did.
Yeah, it's a weird spot, isn't it? Because you've been losing the rounds. Now you're like, oh, we're 0-3, but every time your force buy gets stronger, and they keep, as you say, like crippling the economy and getting better and better buys. So yeah, they're going for it. Look, look what they have. They've got 5 rifles. They've got a Krieg, 3 AKs and a Galil, and an okay amount of grenades and helmets and Kevlar. So you can't really blame them for going for this. But if this fails, you know, we'll see what the situation is. But a fast push from FaZe up middle to try to get some real estate. But Hunter might get the backstab. His timing's quite quick through underpass. Got to be careful. And Nico will take him down. Looking for those taps here.
Oh, he's sandwiched.
Yeah, coming in as well. So now there's 3v3 again here.
Crazy, essentially a max loss bonus. So if they lose this and plant the bomb, it's 4,200. So they can basically just buy with impunity as long as they plant the bomb. They've got an A bomb site now. Otto's making his way towards CT. In the meantime, Letney's going for the late flank. There's 1 smoke, and Letney's one with it, which isn't so useful. There's a Molotov, but the bomb needs to get planted. Molly thrown to jungle. Ideally, if they planted inverse default, that would be great for Crazy. You saw the issues they had previously, but obviously they don't have the position to do that on this occasion. That would make the flank even more powerful, but it's going to be powerful enough. Olofmeister moonwalking to his dude. Letney will take him out, not risking a knife kill. You never know when Olof's going to turn around, so there was no argument to pull out the knife there whatsoever. Neo looking to hold on to his AK-47. It's a difficult start, a back and forth start. However, obviously all the rounds have gone to FaZe so far, but indeed, finally the buy is going to pay off for Crazy, as the money has been spent for FaZe Clan, and now Crazy can have an early comeback here on Mirage.
Yeah, and the fact that they survive a 3, pick up the AWP and stuff, it's so nice for them. But I said that this match was scrappy, and it looks like it is turning out that way so far. The fact that we get these 3v3s consistently, I think that's you know, one of the things that's really important if you want to be a Mirage specialist team or very good at Mirage is being able to play those 3v3 situations, because there's so many ways that those can be created. And so mid-rounding is one of the most essential skill sets on this map in that sense. And so it's cool to see that these teams are going toe-to-toe in that regard. We get 4 Deegs and an AK-47 on FaZe. Now, FaZe is just the team that makes stuff like this look insanely dangerous. And here's the one on that AK-47. Might have to toss it to somebody else, given that he's taken some hits now. And he's effectively got more or less the same as everybody else, and the helmet is redundant versus what Crazy are carrying.
FaZe being very, very active. I like the play, trying to get the AK activated straight away, trying to get the early pick. Didn't quite work out, and Neo appears to be making his way towards the B bomb site. So FaZe are gambling. CR4ZY have 1:10 on the clock. And again, early in the tournament, they were good with their pushes in these kind of situations. They'd be making their way into a bomb site with 30+ seconds on the clock, so they had time to sort out any problems, any unlikely frags by FaZe Clan or whatever team. And look at the timing now, 50 seconds, they move into the ladder room, they're readying for a split of the B bomb site, and they're just quietly walking up, not giving anything away that they don't need to. 40 seconds on the clock and they move in, the scope is heard, Olofmeister's got a nice angle, they're lining up for him as well, he could do some damage, but there's no chance of any bedlam. Oh my god, Guardian, what are you doing? 2 headshots from him, Neo activates as well with that AK-47, and there's 30 seconds left, but Otto is alone. They played it with good timing, Crazy, but FaZe Clan had the angles. They just burst at the same time, but that second shot from Guardian, pop, pop, that made a hell of a difference.
FaZe, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to FaZe. That's what they're known for, isn't it? So almost unsurprising to see that. Great shots out of Guardian. Not normally somebody that you would expect to see Deagle shenanigans from if you look at all the members on FaZe, but hey, that's the thing, is that they're all capable of ridiculousness. Guardian, you never know when he's going to activate and win rounds just by himself. And here we go. Response from Crazy. Full buy comes in. Fast push from Esperanto, leading the way in middle. Straight to connector. This is a very fast connector timing. Very, very fast connector timing from Esperanto. Olofmeister will peek and see nothing towards chair. So right now, FaZe is somewhat blind. They've given up all the space in middle, all the space in A. And that might be a problem because they have no way to really, outside of the smoke that's on connector, which is a T-smoke, really deny access to A through connector. And we're seeing Hunter be set up here towards this window. Lots of plays you can make from that position. Rain's got to be so careful. Look how little real estate FaZe have actually at the moment.
That's a meaty one. Has also got the flick. He sees the trajectory, eats it, but he knows the timing. That's so smart from him. Doesn't try to avoid the flashbang whatsoever. He knows the timing of the likely peak, and now Crazy are on a 5 versus 3. Despite their shortcomings, that's so smart. That game sense could be everything for Crazy. Plenty of time as they spread across the site. They've got a few more grenades. Nico looking to make a difference. Esperanto's underneath him, but might miss him. Nice angles for Esperanto, looking for a transfer. Nobody there. Olofmeister now deploying a grenade, but what is there left for FaZe Clan to do but die? Hunter taking Olofmeister out from the back. Neo spotted now in that connector position, trying to avoid the multi. Otto delivers the final kill. That was such a strong play in connector. He saw the trajectory of the flashbang. He knew where the peak was coming from. I'll be blind, it's fine. I'll wait about half a second, find my shot. Beautiful stuff. FaZe walk straight into it.
Yeah, they really do. It was an interesting situation because normally what happens when the CT side gives up all that space in middle and A is the key play then becomes the AWPer on Ticket. Now, Guardian was really out of place in terms of his timings to Ticket. You see, he had to flash to get into position. Normally, it's the case that the Ts have to flash over to take position of that angle with their AWPer. That's normally how that's supposed to work. But we saw it was kind of the reverse, that Guardian had to flash for that position. And that's kind of what ended up being his doom. As you rightly said, Otto, he knew exactly what that flash meant. He saw where the flash came from, and that told him that the player was on Ticket, and then it was only just about guessing the right timing for the peak after the flash. And that was once that AWPer's dead from Ticket, it's so much easier to get into the A site, and Crazy swarmed it and really made it look convincing. So FaZe just, I think, with not the best approach on that particular round as far as the CT setup goes, but we'll see what adjustments they can make. And hey, they got Deagles and Guardians on an AWP, so they can do a lot of damage, if not outright win this round.
Operation Enable Guardian.
Oof.
Also misses the flick. Wants on to create some space. Rain taken out. Guardian's pretty close though. That Jiggle, is he going to be able to escape? No, he can't get around the corner. But Olofmeister is here. I say but, he's in a pretty good spot. I mean, a pretty rough spot. He's in a good position for now, but the general situation is bad. However, maybe he can play off of Nico's moving into a CT position. Esperanto's made good inroads, though, towards jungle. Nico's taken up. Now, Olofmeister might hope to save the AWP. Trader bomb goes towards B, but no, the bomb's coming towards A. Olofmeister alone now. 1 versus 4. There's a nice angle to the ramp bricks, but it won't matter. It will get taken out from jungle. AWP will not be rescued. 3 rounds. So Crazy.
Yeah, they're looking really good now because they finally whittled away FaZe's economy to the degree where maybe they can buy a deagle on somebody, but that's probably the size of it. So there will not really be all that much danger. They should be pretty good on these pushes now. You can see Esperanto with extremely clean aim and mechanics, one of the most dangerous players on the server for sure, and that's something to say when you're playing against FaZe.
Na'Vi, MIBR, and Liquid are all currently 1-4-2.
That's crazy.
One of these two teams is going to join them. And honestly, this feels really 50-50 this game. So there's a world where FaZe Clan, Na'Vi, Liquid, and MIBR 1-2, which is just the darkest timeline, honestly.
Well, given what I've seen of Crazy, or in some of their past Mirage games, and given what I'm seeing here, and kind of how I feel about Crazy, I'm still. I said I felt like they were going to win this one. They're looking really good right now, and FaZe aren't. They're not hitting a flow on their CT side. They're kind of struggling. I would expect to see more aggression from FaZe on mid and so on and so forth. It didn't work out super well for them last time. They ended up going down 3 versus 3. And then they tried a really passive approach. That didn't end up working so well for them either. And look at the confidence here, bouncing around middle for Crazy.
If they can get to ladder room early, that could be a lot, but Guardian is going to take some position. He needs help though. He's got a smoke grenade for help. He's being sprayed down. Hector's up top. Guardian's looking for it. He was half a second away from the flick, but that was too much to ask. Nexa takes him out, and Crazy have control. They've denied vision of FaZe Clan of the mid area. They can move towards that ladder position. They could even go for a B split. We've got some presence being shown by Letney. He's going to collect a bomb. Crazy still in connector, with Otto looking at the short position from the ladder rune. FaZe Clan 2-0-2. All they can really do at the moment is wait. No one's close to the ramp. It would be a risk to try and even cross the A site to get there to look for information. And you can see Letney start to creep. 1 minute on the clock. 2 FaZe Clan players now around that jungle position. Otto has spotted some players. That's some information for FaZe Clan, but nothing really crucial. Teaser and ladder room. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, there's so much space to work with. It creates this problem again where FaZe have kind of been, they had to play retake on A at this point, which is not ideal because they don't have utility to retake the bomb site. And all the utility is in the hands of Crazy. They've got a smoke, a couple mollies, lots of flashbangs, and you can see they're looking for any plays here from FaZe. If they're able to just lock out Rain here, which they will with the Molotovs, there's not really anything FaZe can do to deny the plant. So FaZe have some big decisions to make because they have no money in the bank, and they are locked out the site with no retake utility. Do they go for this? I mean, they have to give it a go and see how it goes to begin with, but I don't know if they can make much happen here.
Nico falls by toll booth. Rain around triple. He was the only guy with a flash. A flurry of frags from Crazy, and indeed, FaZe will get cut down, and that leaves Neo with nothing to do. He's got no kit, so there's no ninja. All he can do is try to hide in plain sight. Nexa even sweeping this position. And down he goes. 4 survive for Crazy. They look to be in the driving seat at the moment. 4 rounds in a row for them. 5 rounds from the previous 6. You ignore the pistol, it's more or less a 5-1 scoreline.
And that's to say that the A-bomb site's really interesting on Mirage because if the CTs have utility, then it's actually quite easy to retake it, or at least to get a lot of position and force the Ts back. But if you have no utility, it feels extremely hard, extremely difficult when there's more than 3 players left alive on the T side. And that was kind of the scenario FaZe are in there. Most of the time when you're playing passive, you'll have utility towards that stage of the round, but because their economy's been pretty ruined, they don't have utility at that stage of the round. And that's another reason, another argument why FaZe should try to get more aggressive. But it looks like Crazy just feels so confident charging into mid, James, that every time FaZe have tried to go into mid, they've at best traded even, and that's not what you want on the CT side.
Really rough start for FaZe Clan now. Some HEs collected. There'll be less Desert Eagles than we saw in that run with the 2 pop from Guardian. That second shot was quite something, but it feels like a long way away, a long way ago, a long time ago. There we go. Sometimes I can speak English, you know.
Long ago in a distant land.
You wouldn't think I was born and raised in England, would you? 1 minute 40 on the clock. Esperanto takes a forward position. It seems that CR4ZY are fond of this. Previously against the buy, they had the smoke grenades up to take a forward position, the smoke in the window and so on, and lots of presence in this position. Olofmeister pops up, but it is whack-a-mole it seems, and it's CR4ZY carrying the hammers. The B bomb site has been taken. Now all they can do really, FaZe, is take some positions to try and steal a weapon away, give them some kind of help on the next round. That's what it is basically. They are in need of help.
They need help indeed. Yeah, there's not much to be done here. This little molly to try to eke out some extra kills. I don't know if did that actually land in the window? Because yeah, I guess it didn't because rain is fine. So that missed the mark. And there's no need to go for these kills. Obviously you want to have an exit. And Letney's in a little bit of trouble here because he's too close to the bomb as well with this HP, I think. So he kind of has to try to get out of this position, whether that be to go... Well, I guess, yeah, there's actually nowhere for him to go. Oh, nice shot from Nico. Just taking off Hunter's head as he runs away. Lenny trying to get away from the bomb. He dies there. So actually CR4ZY lose 2 players there. So well done by FaZe to manage to get that. And they'll pick up 2 rifles as well. So that's not a bad look for FaZe. Saving, you know, a good chunk of money in doing so. Moving into the next buy round. And it feels like this is a pivotal moment in this match now. FaZe have had they've tried aggression, they've tried being passive. And both approaches haven't really worked against CR4ZY. So now, if they can't have a good response to CR4ZY's T side, CR4ZY going to start. I think CR4ZY could have a really dominant scoreline here. So this is a big moment to try to prevent that.
CR4ZY with presence in B apartments. Nobody in mid this time. No presence in mid. What does this mean for FaZe Clan? What do they identify from this pacing of CR4ZY? You can see players moving through the underpass. Nico having a look, spotting his cousin, and he will fall back. Oh, got to be careful, showing a little too much Otto. Guardian saying hello in the lower area and choosing to fall back. Nico still in control of connector. Minute 10 on the clock. In the meantime, Nexa has made his way towards the T-ramp. Still plays in the underpass for CR4ZY, and they have to wonder what might become of that window position. I think Nico might have been flashed through the middle position. That shows that that's a really risky play we're seeing from FaZe Clan. So they know they need to do something to get some kind of advantage, but that did not pay off, and now they're in trouble.
Somebody step up. The double peak. Rain might get it. Not quite. That was not a bad shot though from Rain. He was very calm in that double peak. Managed to nearly get the transfer to work out. But it's a 4 versus 3 in favor of CR4ZY as they start to make their way up connector, up A ramp, looking to be good on this A control. The bomb will go down. Guardian looking for one of the shots there, missing. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Finds it in the end through the box. But now they're down to 2 players, and CR4ZY are looking kind of good. They've got a few flashbangs left as well.
Okay, I don't know what happened there. Okay, there was a flank. Hunter was coming through the crawl space and took Hunter out. There's no kit though for FaZe Clan, and it seems they're just going to try to hold on to what they have. CR4ZY's takes of the A bomb site are really impressive. Starting in mid, in many rounds, they're taking that ladder position. They keep getting into jungle as well before they even plant the bomb, and there's just too much map control for them, and FaZe Clan always finding themselves in very, very difficult situations. You saw FaZe Clan take some increased risk with Nico making the play through the mid position. It didn't work out for him. Again, very, very high risk, and it didn't work out. Nothing really seems to be at the moment for FaZe Clan. Again, they have 1 round to answer the 6 from CR4ZY. The 7 from CR4ZY, excuse me. 1 round to answer the 7 from CR4ZY. That is the current situation in terms of momentum. 6 in a row for CR4ZY. And FaZe do not look close to winning any of these rounds.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you think about how the first 3 rounds went, how incredibly... They just went down to clutches, down to the last man every time, pretty much, except the pistol. So there is a world where this would be like a much more dominant scoreline for CR4ZY. So indeed, their T side looking really good. These young guns getting it done as Esperanto's smoked off at the deep smoke that Starladder's popularized so long ago to apply some pressure, but this is the problem. The rat comes out from the underpass. Letney, the Molotov there to cover them is beautiful from FaZe. That's what they needed. They prevent the flank from doing anything, and it will be just an all-in maneuver here from CR4ZY, putting every single player into treating this mid aggression, but they won't be successful. Nicely done from FaZe. That Molotov, what an adjustment. That made all the difference.
Not too late for FaZe Clan. Despite the lack of success in those previous rounds, The lead is only 2 for CR4ZY, and with that smidgen of success for FaZe Clan, CR4ZY will put them on timeout. Discuss how things have changed. What do we read from this? Do we need to make adjustments? Plenty of money for CR4ZY, of course. 2 AWPs now for FaZe Clan. Can they string any more rounds together? Mayhem in the mid position. Rain with an important 3K. Only had 2 frags at that point, so that'll be a nice confidence boost for him. And we get back into it. What difference will we see? Will it be a smoke top mid from FaZe Clan or something funky? A player on the underpass? Will that be too predictable after a timeout, even if it's from their opponent? Guardian makes his way towards a short position with ease. Eats a flashbang. Esperanto, though, spot him. Can't get into position in time. Again, these fast plays from CR4ZY in a mid position are really important. Esperanto, a nice early lead for CR4ZY.
Yeah, it's been so cool to watch how Esperanto is the guy that leads the charge in mid, and that they have a pop flash for that position. It's actually really been interesting how few teams have used a pop flash for the timing of the AWPer jumping across to the fence, because that's been in the game for so long, but that's the meta. Sometimes it evolves fast, sometimes it's slower.
If Olofmeister wasn't alone and he kept holding that pixel angle, he would have seen these players. They just walked into it. He would have probably got a free kill, and now he has no information apart from these grenades. That would have been the pick they needed, but he was holding down 2 jobs, Dan.
Yeah, and that's not going to work out all too well. And look at this smoke here. Just this is amazing to catch the jump peak, or players jumping up. Because when you see that as a CT, you might mistake that for a smoke that does actually kind of block everything.
That was a CT smoke.
Was that a CT smoke?
Yeah, we just messed up.
Oh. I thought that's like a setup for the T side.
Would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's actually pretty sick. Right, well, thank you for the correction. We've got the push coming in. Olofmeister missing a key shot. Nexa takes him down. The trade out from Neo will come in, but the Molotovs will slow things here. There's 30 seconds to go. Esperanto, look at him creeping through connector, takes down the rotation in range, and now there's a completely fully accessible B-bomb site. Neo coming in on the flank, 1 versus 4, but as soon as he gets that first kill, he's committed to it in the apartments, this 1v1. He's going to be locked into this apartment's position. It's a great headshot, but now they know exactly where he is. He has to move quickly. He's got to make quick decisions, and he's going to decide to back out. There's no other choice.
I think his decision was made for him by the double Molotovs from CR4ZY.
Sit down.
Although, he's faked the camera. He's considering it. But CR4ZY know as well, we've just given him a window, but he's not going to take it on this occasion. He's going to hold on to the AK-47. And that could mean a hell of a lot in the rounds to come. Rain's got $850. Hiding in plain sight, I suppose. Interesting approach.
It comes down so much to Olofmeister.
Oh, he's going for the AWP and he's going to leave with nothing. I did wonder what he was doing there, because to me it's like, it's all about your own economy, but he was trying to squeeze a little more in.
But I was going to say that round, as you say, James, like Olofmeister, it's just a timing issue on that, in the missing the gap shot. Falling back before that he had a chance to take that, and then after that he misses the 1v1 against Nexa. That is a shot that you really want him to be hitting, and if he hits that shot against Nexa, that kind of tips the scales enormously towards FaZe, and in losing it, well, they collapse. Jump down to underpass, so FaZe getting the underpass aggression going this time. But how much can Nico do from there?
Nice start for CR4ZY, and they've been full of nice starts in this half. 8-5, looking for number 9. Neo with a jump peak, an exchange of flames, petrol in wine bottles, incendiaries from the CT side. Again, FaZe stuck in a 2-0-2. Olofmeister starts to creep towards short once more. We've seen that before. Now, importantly, Rain has made a forward play. He's crept into the Palace position, and the CTs are going in his direction. For the time being, Guardian might go towards the B-bomb site, although there's a lot of lack of information here in the mid area. You can see ladder being taken by CR4ZY. The bomb, however, is moving into that connector position, and Rain, despite being in Palace, is not going to get any sound cues. There are 2 players just creeping quietly. So Guardian could be in trouble. If he can stay alive, maybe there is something to be done. Neo's in a very forward position in B apartments, which allows Olofmeister to look at the crawl space.
Yeah, Guardian's so key here. I can't really say it enough how much impact will he have? They start to creep here. He's going to shot through the box. The pressure from that just by itself really flusters Guardian. He doesn't know what to do afterwards, and that is enough. It would seem Rain will now announce his presence, or maybe not. He's got the silenced M4. It looks like Otto's looking towards his position. That's going to buy key seconds, and key seconds are important here because there's no time to plant the bomb, surely. Nexa takes down Olofmeister, going for that key peek to deny the bomb plant, but Nexa wins the duel. Nexa's won all these super important duels, and Rain is locked away.
Nexa's the smartest man in the world. He faked the bomb plant with no cover, waited for the peek patiently. Olofmeister even waited a few extra seconds to peek, and if there was a plant, it would have been towards the end of it, but Nexa just popped him straight away. Such a key frag. The presence of mind from Nexa. His performances in this major have been outstanding so far. He's been outstanding. Also will make things even worse for FaZe Clan. Honestly, that 1-2 bracket is starting to look pretty damn meaty.
Yeah, no kidding. You know, it's also very cool to see the rise of a lot of these younger teams and players. As Neo, can he survive? Oh, he looks like he'll be okay. But yeah, it's really, you know, I think, you know, of course, ENCE was really, I suppose, one of the first teams of that nature. It's like one of these teams full of newer generation players to really make their mark in the previous major, and you know, we saw that coming. We saw the hard work that they were doing, and you know, we saw that they could do that as well through to the big stage, which was very cool to see. And it's like there's you know, they led the way for a lot of the other teams, Crazy being one of those. And see what else they can do here. They are looking to finish this off 10-5, and FaZe once again try to keep pressure on middle. They know that if they give middle up too easily, it's just Crazy can just run over them.
Considering FaZe's the current situation of the FaZe Clan team and the disappointing results and so on, I think that the veto is actually pretty much in Crazy's favor with how good they are on the likes of Dust 2 and Mirage. I think it's a pretty rough spot for FaZe Clan to get something favorable, even though they had 3 vetoes in the middle. FaZe Clan showing us why. An exchange of fire, and Nico will win on this occasion. Guardian looking for a boost. Again, there's just a lack of info for FaZe Clan. Even in the 5 versus 4, you just feel like Crazy are in control. Rain is on the ramp with an MP9. I do wonder how curious he's going to get. There are players heading in his direction as it's made 4 versus 4.
Otto is really out there right now, and if Nico picks a good timing when that smoke goes away and Otto is still in middle, peeking around, Nico could get a very key timing onto Otto. Speaking of timings, we get the shadow advantage here for Rain. He knows that there's players. I think he must have seen a shadow by now. He's going to go for it. Preemptive strike from Rain, but it will only be good for the first. Indeed, Nico finds the timing onto Otto in middle, and that might make all the difference. Letney and Nexa now to try to clutch this against the time, 20 seconds or less than to get the bomb planted. They have to plant towards CT. Nexa's got to move forward. He's got to cover this. There's the flashbang. Nexa with the spray. Letney gets the bomb down in time, but he can't survive the attack. And FaZe will end the first half with 6 rounds against Crazy's 9. It's something to work with, but what a hard game here against Crazy.
Yeah, that was much needed from FaZe Clan. Much needed. It was a really scary half for them, and you've got to feel like Crazy are a strong favourite at this point, but maybe it all changes when the teams swap sides. We'll find out after the break.
Welcome back, ladies and gents. FaZe versus CR4ZY. And as James mentioned, if you look at the way the veto goes between these two teams, it is definitely a difficult matchup for FaZe, especially given the nature of how CR4ZY are extremely strong individually, which you could argue might neutralize some of the strengths, or at least mitigate some of the strengths of FaZe. And now they find themselves moving on to that T side with 6 rounds against the 9 of CR4ZY. Now, statistically, one of the better things for FaZe is their pistol stats. They won the pistol in the first half, but by no means was it an easier result anyway. So let's see if they can do it again here. They need it badly.
Nexa and Letney going to be the grenade men for the CT side. Nico's been dropped the P250. He's the raid boss for FaZe Clan. Neo has a smoke and a flash. The smoke has been deployed. Goes to that jungle connector position. And there we go. The P250 pops immediately. Neo running to the ramp with a flashbang in his hand. That's not going to work out very well for him. Esperanto holding down the jungle position. Guardian getting shot from various places. Oh my god. Esperanto and pistols. What in the blazes is going on? He leaves Nico alone now with his second frag of the round, but he needs to ace if he wants to bring this back for FaZe Clan. Esperanto, though, not the person anybody wants to duel at the moment. He is really red hot at present, Esperanto. Lots of highlights for his team. Always great to see new names made at majors, and Esperanto is certainly on the way to making his one.
Yeah, they are on the difficult. But for FaZe, if there's any one person you want left in this situation, it's Nico, the man with the aim, the brain. He is incredible. And he has a P250. But it is something to ask, isn't it? He's got to go for the eliminations here. It seems like the bomb doesn't... I'm not sure how recoverable that bomb really is. Nico looking for the first frag. Did he? I think, yep, he sees Nexa behind the pots. And Nexa's got it. Nexa's got it. CR4ZY pick out the pistol. And FaZe and CR4ZY, that means they both win their CT pistols. But FaZe, the pressure has to be mounting at this point.
Dude, that 1-2 bracket's looking nasty. It's looking pretty nasty. I feel like CR4ZY, they're just, you know, coming into this.
You're locking him in already, James.
Coming into this, I was 50-50, right? But I'm sold on CR4ZY in this game of Mirage, man. FaZe are not giving us a reason to believe that they're going to be on the comeback in this situation. CR4ZY are just so strong. They seem to have a much stronger map pool, especially on the likes of Dust 2 Mirage. The open maps is where they do their best work, their most surgical work. Esperanto definitely had the scalpel out in that pistol round.
And now he's got the drill out, he's got that M4 in hand, he's looking to peek middle, he's just annihilating everybody with the help of Otto with the MP9, and that's going to be a wrap quite quickly in this one. And they will keep hold of pretty much everything, just losing one player, which is ideal, more or less. I mean, I suppose what would be ideal is to survive with everybody, but one player is an acceptable loss.
Good enough.
And that will, you know, that's the difference between, you know, growing your economy effectively and not. And I like also that for CR4ZY, one of the teams that I think all of the silenced M4s pretty much are purchased by CR4ZY when we look at the, you know, the end major statistics, as we don't see many people purchasing the silenced M4 these days. But either way, FaZe will of course get themselves on top of the buy, and they'll make their way quickly to connector, looking for a faster pace in this round. And they've smoked off the CT side of connector, the jungle side of connector. And that will allow them to take that position. So they can slow things down a little bit now as they've got players in position on connector. So now what you typically do is you rotate players around to effectively get a split, and that's what we're seeing. Both Guardian and Nico towards A in Palace, A around Palace.
Oh my god, a follow-up of the Molotov after the HE grenade did so much damage. Neo gets absolutely smoked. Olofmeister holding the position. Was the bomb spotted, I wonder? The burst from the MP9, there's no answer because Nico's behind the smoke. 3 versus 2, it's awkward. Nexa could be the bait though. Olofmeister looks away just at the wrong time. Was he spotted? I suppose not. 50 seconds, the bomb needs to be collected, but Olofmeister's moving away from connector. He's got to grab the bomb. He's going up short, perhaps. He's just moving away entirely. I don't know what the plan is, but he's going to have to rotate towards the ramp. They're going to be low on time if they do go for that bomb. I suppose they can leave a CT there to potentially protect it and try to capitalize on that afterwards. But when Olofmeister makes it to the site eventually, Nexa's position is going to be so strong. He's miles away from where he was. The clock is so low. If they have to plant the bomb, how on earth would they do that? 17 seconds. Are they going for this? are just saving in plain sight. We got a boost onto the stairs position with 10 seconds on the clock, so this is a really, I'm really unsure what exactly is going on. They didn't have the time for that.
Yeah, I understand the idea, but it's, as you say, like they just needed another, they needed another 10 seconds really to make that viable. And it just goes to show how desperate the situation was, that the only option they felt they had was something that doesn't even necessarily, it's impossible.
That is a really rough end to a round for FaZe Clan.
Yeah.
This looks like an open and shut case, man. It's like an episode of Poirot on 16 times speed, I don't know. Flashbang top mid will stop the T's from making too much progress too early. Esperanto will go from A to B. Oh, he's outstaying his welcome though at mid position. There's a rifle to collect for FaZe Clan, but again, nothing really looks good for FaZe Clan in this game of Mirage, but maybe there is something to be done here. A forward smoke from Hunter. Cause more problems for FaZe. They've lost a bomb. You see some frustrations from Nico. CR4ZY are looking dominant on Mirage.
Yeah, for sure. And it's going to be a hell of a job to try to recover this for FaZe. As you say, CR4ZY just so confident on this map. We see it, like there's so many different plays, just the way that they take fights, the game sense, the team play and everything, the communication. It looked so much harder for FaZe to scrape rounds on that first half than CR4ZY hit. You know, CR4ZY, they're winning a lot of these rounds pretty convincingly. It's a nice frag from Nico, but the thing is that the bomb is unrecoverable. So at this point, it's a question of dying, because their loss bonus is better than what he would be able to save with that impulse. So indeed, he will die, and the round will go to CR4ZY. And again, it's that situation with the new generation of Counter-Strike, James. Extremely skilled players, extremely hungry players. And I don't know what the level of commitment is in terms of practice time between these two teams, but I would imagine, you know, again, these CR4ZY players, James, this is the first time they've ever got this deep at a major. They've been grinding to get this far, and they're so talented.
Yeah, and the cool thing for them is that they're not necessarily supposed to, you know, get a certain depth versus the names and what you're used to. So there's no pressure in that respect, whereas FaZe Clan are trying to recoup former glory. So all the pressure's on them. We've got a two-man push from CR4ZY on the A ramp. In the meantime, Nico is in Palace with an off angle, and we've got presence from FaZe Clan top mid. But what's Esperanto going to do? Guardian's getting caught in the whip. But there are 3 players here, and it was almost 2 for Esperanto. Otto is in position, however. He's the only person dealing with mid at the moment. Nexa is on T ramp now, having a look, and we see Nico starting to move around. So there's some information, but the bomb is still on T-spawn, so FaZe Clan have all their options available to them. Olofmeister in the B apartments. But can they convert the round? Guardian's on 1 HP. He could get killed by a flashbang.
Yeah, the fact that Esperanto was so calm when he pushed that, and there's 2 players, like that is an extremely tense position to be in, because you know there's a bunch of Ts that can peek. It's super easy for them to get double and triple peeks on you, but it almost looked like he was about to get 2 kills. So that's pretty impressive stuff. Next, we're in a forward position here. Oh my god, I think he spotted Nico. I don't think Nico spotted him, but I'm not sure if he can be certain of that. Perhaps he... Okay, here goes the peek. Nexa, he sees it, and Nico with a slight advantage on the right eye there, and he goes. They have to keep the timing up, the pace up, I should say, as now the game's been given away. The bomb has been spotted, and this looks like a good shout here for FaZe. It's just Hunter and Letney left. That's all they have to worry about. And Letney's been spotted now at the B bomb site, so that flash whiff completely? Yeah, it did. So it looks like it'll be a save here for CR4ZY. So good stuff here from FaZe to make this one work. But again, you know, one of the ways in which you say this round might not be consistent is because Esperanto, you know, he pushed middle by himself, and he died. You know, he got a 1-for-1. So that's a big win for FaZe.
It's not too late for FaZe Clan. Not too late. They're confident enough to hunt a little. Not overcommitting though. Their money's pretty low as well, so they don't want to overinvest in this. Letney taking some damage. The AWP would be a nice pickup. CR4ZY trying to defend the B bomb site while the bomb's planted on A. How strange is this? And they start to creep. Now they can really invest. It's worth it. The double P, essentially, they make it as expensive as possible. Guardian survives with his 1 HP. And the gap is 6 rounds now.
Ooh, the money's interesting actually. So Hunter can drop a rifle for a teammate. I think they have to go for it because they'll have a decent enough buy. Hunter's actually opted to, instead of dropping a rifle, I think this is the best decision, is to get the AWP dropped onto Otto. Hunter can still buy up himself and he'll get dropped an AWP. So it's not going to look perfect, but they'll have an AWP. They're going to be dangerous in this round.
Oh, this is going to turn out into a pretty reasonable buy. If you pick up an MP9, for example, you can play close A with that. You could play under the window on the B bomb site. Rotation might be awkward in that respect, but I mean, MP9's a common weapon in a tight situation on the A bomb site. So this is a very, very doable round for CR4ZY.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a gun on the floor for Esperanto. He's got Desert Eagle at the moment, but we know what he's capable of with that. Again, his aim is at 100% at the moment, so he is playing at the maximum of his capability. Flashes from the T side into the middle position, Molotovs, and once again, it's Olofmeister doing the race car play, but he won't be as successful as Esperanto was for CR4ZY. And now they're trying to hold down the B bomb site next with a 2K. There's counter flashes as well. Guardian will trade. He's getting flashed off, stuck by Tetris 2 versus 3.
Oh god, Otto's been activated towards the ticket position with that AWP, and Neo's alone now against 3. The smoke, or the resmoker connector, he's got a lot of time here. I don't know that he can really go for a committed play to the site, and he's going to back away. So he's got a lot of different ways he can play this situation. He could go for that plant, or he could try to find a 1v1. And he may be given a 1v1, although maybe not the one that he's expecting, because Esperanto's off angle here is very, very dangerous. Esperanto, though, will he check? Will he actually go back and check? Oh my god,
no
that is
way.
So incredible.
Surely he
is
turns
anyone
and sees.
Neo? Oh my god,
no,
this is insane. He's
somebody turn around. Oh my god, what the hell's going on?
Well, Neo's got it. He's got 50 seconds, James. It's a 1v2 now. This becomes much more doable. But the AWP is on B. That's a problem.
Wherever he chooses to go, it's a 1 versus 1. It's a problem for both because Otto's got to deal with short B and the apartments at the same time. Now, you can... I don't know if you can hold both without your barrel being shown from, if you're on a balcony, for example, into B apartments. So this is a really weird spot. That smoke grenade is going to give a clue now. What is the play, Neo? You've revealed that you're in mid, so now CR4ZY know you're coming. You've got 18 seconds to plant the bomb. What is your read on where these CTs are? He's suggesting that he's going towards B with it. He's got the angle on Letney. That's all the information. The open plant. He could go anywhere. He could even run down the ramp and go back into the mid position if he wanted to. And that might be what he does, although he's going to play against... It's counterintuitive, basically. The only place he can't defend the bombs from is Palace, and that's where he's chosen to go.
Waiting patiently for the moment. Doesn't have to push until the bomb gets tapped. And there's a smoke. Will he try to go before the bomb gets tapped, or will he be forced to spray into? He knows exactly where it is. He's looking for the fake. He's looking to come off the bomb.
Oh my god!
Don't believe it! Otto, what a reaction shot! There won't be the time because he doesn't have a kid, but that was an incredible response. But Neo, very smart way to play the clutch. One of the reasons why he put the bomb, the smoke where he did in middle, is to suggest that he could be going A or he could be going B, which means neither of the players, if they separated as they did, can actually rotate off. It's not enough information. It makes it look like he's covering himself to go B, or he's just throwing a smoke to announce present to fake that. So it's very difficult. So Neo really played that incredibly intelligently. What a shot from Otto, though. Beautiful stuff. Again, as you say, James, probably the least expected position for Neo to come from.
That shot was a nah, fam. But it's a round for FaZe Clan. Another hero AWP round. Otto survives. FaZe Clan charging into the A-bomb site. They're keeping it simple, and that's probably the best case against a very strong team, but still Esperanto finds a way with the Desert Eagle. Makes it harder. Nexa making a play now. Gets the triple with the AK-47. Otto activated. Despite the fast plays, despite the grenades, there's still a man down, waiting for the bomb to get planted. Nico makes it even. Every round so tense. Nothing is for free in this game versus CR4ZY. Guardian going for the flick, but he's going to get his bell rung. He missed his shot. Now what do? They must be fearing grenades. There are no grenades. Well, of course they won't be, just with AWP, but Otto, he's looking, somebody stands, he's going to take them out immediately. Elevated position, he can do the same from the bench as well. CR4ZY moving, and they've got to go fast. They've got to find these players because they've got no defuse kit. That bomb is heavily ticked, and now they've got to consider saving what they have, the AWP and the AK-47. I think it's time to back away.
so much damage here. Look at the stress for FaZe. They will take down Letney in the end, but the damage and the stress that CR4ZY just put on top of FaZe in that retake scenario was kind of disgusting. The fact that Nexa was very, very close to getting a headshot from Triple with the AK-47, if he had made that headshot, I fear what would have been the result for FaZe in that round. But FaZe managed to win it with 2 players left, I believe, and that's going to be enough for now. 9-13, and FaZe are definitely making their way back into this one, but every round seems so disgustingly difficult, no matter what CR4ZY have. I don't understand how CR4ZY have so much damage at all times.
This is terrifying for FaZe in this one series, but with best of 3s to come, you do wonder how far they can go with how their current map pool looks. CR4ZY extremely comfortable. Look at this forward position from Otto. He can take a shot and jump out the window, and he's got Letney creeping as well. Olofmeister waiting though. A little deeper in the kitchen, and he will deliver the kill. Otto's got to make a run for it now. Miss an opportunity to even the numbers. This is the man advantage which FaZe Clan need. They force CR4ZY from the positions aggressive as well, although Otto looks like he wants to go straight back into it once again. If he makes a push through B apartments and CR4ZY put most of their personnel towards A, then things could get even nastier.
Yeah, absolutely. It's again, as you say, nothing is given at all against CR4ZY here on Mirage. So despite having middle, FaZe still need to develop their map control further. They don't have connector, they don't have window or ladder room just yet, so they're still very much in the early phases of this. They could try to go for the split onto A, but look at the beautiful flash work from Esperanto and Otto, or rather, the flash for Otto for Esperanto to get that frag in mid. He's going to immediately rotate to CT. Now, right now, Nex is alone at Shadow, but he's been very good from this position, but there's ample Molotovs for him.
To telling smoke grenade. Jungle has been isolated. FaZe Clan still going slow, which is buying time for the rotation. Molotov towards short will send Hunter towards the market position. Olofmeister now making his way towards jungle. 20 seconds on the clock. There's a smoke for Guardian. There's a smoke for Olofmeister. They need to get something in order to plant the bomb. Esperanto showing by Triple. He must be dealt with. Otto though's got a nice angle, and there's 3 players now on the A bomb site, and they're all falling one by one. FaZe Clan. They are the human dominoes of this round. Olofmeister can only get a frag, but he can't win the round. He's got to run away. And CR4ZY moves to 14. Great
performance from Otto. Beautifully shot there against the A aggression. And I have to say, you know, since we've been watching CR4ZY through the minors and through the major weeks, I've been trying to sort of really understand what like the AWPing identity of Otto, because he's, you know, quite a well-rounded AWPer. He can kind of do it all. He's not hyper aggressive or anything like that. But with a team such as CR4ZY, you don't necessarily need a hyper aggressive AWPer. You need someone that's stable and going to hit those shots. And Otto's shown some really good game sense and really awesome, like he takes initiative very well. So really impressive. Everyone's super impressive. And I think one of the revelations for me with CR4ZY is that Nex's level has been so much stepped up, I think, on this team than ever we've seen before. And that's also very awesome to see. Also, look at how clean that is. It's beautiful. 14-9, and CR4ZY on the precipice of sending FaZe into the 1-2 groupings.
I can't remember a more brutal potential 1-2 grouping at a major. If you can think of one, feel free to tweet me. But geez, this does look rough, doesn't it? FaZe Clan, well, it looks rough for FaZe Clan anyway, but CR4ZY, you do wonder what the ceiling is for this team. Relatively early in their careers together as a squad, and they continue to impress, looking so good on Mirage. FaZe Clan trying to make their way into the B bomb site. There's an exchange of grenades, Molotovs all around the van from the T side. But there are still only 2 players here for CR4ZY. Surely the numbers will be enough for FaZe Clan, maybe not Hunter with 2, and it's time for Letney to start delivering, making Neo and Nico the only players remaining for FaZe Clan. Looking for a shotgun play. Letney still in this corner. Neo's going to say hello. He's going to take it straight in the chest, and that leaves Nico with so much to do. He's got 1 minute, but he's got 4 players to deal with.
This is such a weird position because he's kind of locked out of the bomb site. You can see how far away he was from the actual site, so he's very exposed if he tries to make his way forward. And he really wishes that this event was popped so he could try to go for a flank into market or something like that, because he really doesn't have any opportunity moving towards the bomb site.
He has the bomb though.
So with this kind of a situation, Nico, I don't know if he has any good options, because eventually, you know, CR4ZY will rotate through CT, and they've got a very safe way to do that. They can just run all the way. Ooh, there you go. Nico does find some movements. Now they know where he is. Now he can start to play some shenanigans, jumping into the window. He's on a Galil as well, James. It's tough. It's very tough.
He has to reveal his position just to make CR4ZY consider their options, but also he's got an easy frag. The awareness, he could go towards A or B, auto rotates, the information is there, the angle is posted up, and CR4ZY have match points. Surely there's no way back into this for FaZe Clan. They've got $24,000 to $3,000 per person. Really rough spot for them. CR4ZY, they're just too strong on Mirage. They are simply too strong. They are better prepared. They've got better responses, better positions, better weapons, more money.
And now he's going to find out a second too late.
And they are 13% in the pick'ems versus FaZe Clan.
Round of the end for him, but that was really close to the...
Yeah, it's one of those things where I think sometimes, James, because we cast so much Counter-Strike and we get to see these teams through the nitty-gritty, and so we get a more realistic representation versus some of the brand's value or the name value. And CR4ZY, it's like for quite some time they've been rather disgusting. Like you could see that there's just this moment where there's this tipping point, and they're going to have a very insane performance. And
You're getting there, Dan.
it's very difficult. I didn't know how much I used that word until now.
Look, man, FaZe Clan have got 4 pistols going into what could be the last round of this game. And again, I mean, that 1-2 group is going to be a bloodbath. Bring a shower cap.
Well, another good hot defense there.
Bring a shower cap for the bloodbath, Dan. At least keep the hair clean. 6 rounds, 6 opportunities for CR4ZY to convert, and you've got to think it's going to be this one. FaZe Clan have grenades, they don't have much else. There seems to be an error in that connector smoke. I don't know if it will cost him anything. Hunter getting curious in that short position. He won't last very long, but importantly, CR4ZY got 3 people around this A-bomb site. Now, with the pick on Hunter, what do FaZe Clan choose to do? That weapon is deep on short. I don't know if they're going to be able to retrieve it.
What's the time? You can see that the play from CR4ZY is just to have 3 people sit on the A site, leaving the B-bomb site to Mr. Letney, who's on the AWP. And Neo will keep the pressure up towards B. And that does call everything into question for CR4ZY, because FaZe have slowed things down. They can't really know exactly what FaZe are up to right now, whether they're rotating to B or not. But CR4ZY next is just jiggling this. He's going to spot one here. There's the smoke. That's not a good spot to be in if you're FaZe. That smoke, that incendiary. Otto holding down the connector position. This is really bad. The bomb can't make its way forward. Even though Nexa goes down here, Otto's still delivering the damage. The pressure's on. They have to push forward quickly. And it's just a shooting gallery here for Otto. My God, Otto! He's absolutely annihilated FaZe. And CR4ZY will win it 16-9. And they never looked in trouble from start to finish. CR4ZY, they are ridiculously strong